Hey guys, name's Jay Shrek and I'm back with another video. Today I am going to be talking about the fourth studio album by American pop star slash used to be actress Ariana Grande. This album be entitled Sweetener, and I can definitely say that this is just something different for me because I have not quite reviewed a pop album quite yet, and at the same time I really don't really listen to pop albums like all the way throughout. Typically when it comes to a lot of pop artists, there's just a few like songs that I like and I might go and try to check out some of the rest of the album, but half the time just a lot of it either just doesn't really blend or work super well with me. But I wanted to try something different and try listening through this album all the way through just because I did enjoy her first single, No Tears Left to Cry, and I can just definitely say that that is an amazing song to start off with. And just in general, I wanted to start off with my history of like how I feel about Ariana Grande's music to begin with. Like personally, I'm not a fan of like Ariana Grande as like a person. I know like I've heard a lot of stuff about like her being hard to deal with and stuff sometimes, but let's put that off to the side because I do enjoy some of her music, and I really enjoyed most of the stuff that came from her second album, My Everything, and I liked almost all the singles that came from that album, like Problem. I liked One Last Time, and there was just something about those songs that was just really capturing and really showing off her voice. Even on the song like Bang Bang by Jessie J, Nicki Minaj, and her at the same time, I love when she comes in on that second verse with those like really great like bellowing vocals and everything. Like Ariana Grande has some really good, like, can really bellow out those vocals and just sound like very beautiful with her voice. She's a very talented singer, just not all the stuff I can really vibe with at times. And mainly just a lot of those singles. And on the following album, what was that, Dangerous Woman, with all that, I don't know, I couldn't really get into too many of the singles from there. Like at first I kind of liked Side to Side, but that song really got old, really overplayed, and I didn't really care for that song towards the end. But the one song that did kind of stick through was that Into You song. Like at first I wasn't too into it, now I'm a little more into that song, with no pun intended. But after all those songs and everything that I've heard, including like Break Free and all of that, like I can definitely say that I like some of her music, picking apart from this place and all over the place a little bit. I could definitely say that there are some songs that I have enjoyed by her. And when I first heard No Tears Left to Cry, it was just one of those songs that I was just kind of like, I love this song, and I couldn't stop listening to it, even when it got a little overplayed on the radio a little bit. I still love the song, I still really enjoyed it, and I still really enjoy it. And then, like, as she released more music and everything from the album, she didn't release too much, which is good. She released 3 songs. I didn't hear that second single that she released, Light Is Coming. I did not listen to that song when that was released. I honestly didn't even know when that was released exactly. I just kind of like recalled it. Instead I'm like, I don't know, I'll just wait till the album. But then God Is a Woman came out, and I'm just like, and I saw how big that song was being. I'm like, you know what, I could listen to another song, let's see how this one is. And at first I didn't really care for this song a whole lot, but with more listens I started to like really get a good grasp of it, and I do enjoy a lot of that song as well. There's something about it that just vibes with me in a weird way. It's really hard to explain, but I do enjoy God Is a Woman a lot, and I love No Tears Left to Cry. Now when this album dropped, I just didn't really know what to expect. I was hoping for more songs kind of like No Tears Left to Cry and God Is a Woman. And what did we get? Well, we got some tracks that were similar to those songs, but at the same time, the album's a little scattered, and running at 47 minutes, it really actually feels like 47 minutes. That's one good thing about the album. Like, it doesn't feel too long, but it doesn't feel too short either when you're actually listening through it. It feels like it should be at 47 minutes, like the album actually is, which can be good, but it can be a problem at the same time. Because typically when I want to listen through an album, I want it to feel like almost like a breeze through, almost, not quite, to a point where I can just easily listen through the album, jam out to the songs a little bit, and by the end of the album be like, oh, holy crap, the album just ended. I want to go back and listen to it again. With this album in this case though, it's not quite like that. It's a little more like, okay, I made it through the album, but I'd rather go listen to something else now. And that's definitely one thing I can definitely say about the album. Just the fact that I would rather listen to something else after listening through this album. And not that there's too many bad songs on this album, because I can't really say that there's too much that's bad per se, but there's stuff that's not nearly as good as some of the other tracks. And one of those tracks that's definitely not nearly as good, and one that I don't really care for, is that other single that was released, Light Is Coming, featuring Nicki Minaj. And I don't know what it is, that weird like repeating line in the background from that person or whatever singing that, or just saying that line, it's kind of almost like, it really gets to me. It's kind of like cringeworthy. I don't really get it why it keeps being repeated. And the way it starts off with Nicki Minaj's rap, it just felt kind of like a stale rap to start off with for Nicki Minaj in the song. And I really feel like Nicki Minaj is starting to get a lot more stale and is just a little overrated at this point, and just really isn't as good as when she was, which I never really cared for Nicki Minaj myself, but there have been songs that she has been in and has sang and everything, but on this song, I don't care for her on this song. And there's something about this song with just the trap beat that's being played throughout and everything, it just doesn't feel right. It feels definitely like something that they were just trying a little too hard with, trying to get to be played at like bars and clubs and stuff like that, which I kind of understand why and everything, but to me, it's just not really all that good. And this song, and also along with their song Successful, I don't really care for that song that much either. There's something about that song that just feels, like I said on the other track, that it just feels kind of like stale, like it's been done and heard before, which I feel like at times when I listen to it, it almost feels kind of like Fergie's Clumsy a little bit, just musically and the way it comes out and everything. It just, for some reason, really reminds me of that song, and I never was really a fan of that song to begin with, of Clumsy, and yet that Successful really sounds like that. At the same time, like I really feel like her, almost like Ariana Grande's like ego is kind of like coming out on that song a little bit. I don't know. You guys can hit on me about this song all you want, but for me, this is my opinion. I don't really care for these two songs. Now, a lot of the other songs on this album, to me, are just kind of like very average sounded. A lot of them, not all of them, but just a lot of them just are very plain and average. And there's only a few other songs I really want to mention. One of which is another track that features another artist, which is Blaze featuring Pharrell Williams. And on this song, it really feels a lot like almost like a late 90s, early 2000s song, just the way it comes across. It's nice and poppy. It's not bad by any means. Like, I can enjoy this song. Like, I can almost kind of like dance along a little bit. Definitely feels like Pharrell Williams was definitely involved in a lot of the writing and instrumentals on this song. just hearing some of the other stuff like he's been in and everything, it definitely feels like he took a huge part in putting this song together, which is good. And Ariana Grande really shines on this song to begin with. Ariana Grande and Pharrell Williams both balanced it out pretty well, and how they worked on this song actually works. It's like you can almost feel a little bit of like chemistry. It doesn't feel like they're trying to force anything with this song. And to me, it's just a very catchy, upbeat song that I can listen to, which I will agree is a pretty good song to begin with. And not amazing, but for a pop song, it's good. Like, all of these songs are just average pop songs. Like, if you're looking for something a little more in depth, I wouldn't really suggest looking into this album unless you're a fan of pop music. But otherwise, the other song that has another feature is Borderline featuring Missy Elliott. Now, that is a name I haven't seen in a while. Ever since maybe like the early to mid 2000s, I have not seen her name on like almost anything that much. And even then, I didn't really know or really care for her that much. And on this song, like, she does okay. It's nothing spectacular. Like, you get that little bit of her like shining on the bridge there, and then you get that her like with her backing vocals and everything, working with Ariana and everything throughout the song. But to me, this song doesn't really shine as well as like Blaze does. The song definitely feels like it should almost fit within that time range when Missy Elliott was bigger. But for this song, just for some reason, I don't completely vibe with. I don't hate the song, but at the same time, it's not one of my favorites on the album. But I probably will not be going back to this song too much or anytime soon. But there are a few other songs on this album that I can definitely say that I do enjoy, one of which being R.E.M. There's something about this song that just feels very soulful in Ariana's voice. Just how she bells out at times and everything, and the feeling of this song is just really good. I kind of like the message that's being brought out throughout the song, and just it's a pretty good, well-developed song, and it's executed well throughout. And there's just something about this song that I just probably will be coming back to this song a lot more than a lot of these other tracks on the album. One of the other songs that's okay that I can probably see myself coming back to a little bit is a song titled Breathe In. And this song is definitely something, it's definitely a very poppy song to begin with. Like, it's a good song, but at the same time, it's a very average song. But it's at the high end of those average songs that I actually enjoy. So just how it sounds and comes out a little bit almost feels like a song that almost Katy Perry could have done. And just Katy Perry could have done just as well as Ariana Grande, maybe even done better in certain cases. But at the same time, it's just a fun song to begin with. The feeling of the song is very fun. And I did hear Ariana Grande on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and everything talking about like what the song is about, and it's about like anxiety and everything, and just remembering to like breathe and everything, just to make sure you take those breaths and everything to calm yourself down and everything. And that's pretty much what the whole song is circled around. And I like that I actually got some in-depth meaning behind the song before I even listened to it, so I could kind of like hear a little bit more within the song and everything about like what she was trying to talk about. And that's probably one of the reasons why I actually kind of like this song a little more than some of the others. But otherwise, that's really all I have to say about Breathin'. And the last song I really want to talk about that for some reason I just can't get out of my head. It's actually a pretty damn catchy song. This song is the title track called Sweetener. And there's something about this song that just feels very fun. And just very, there's something about like the groove and everything that just, like I was trying to talk about earlier back on Blaze and everything, with how it almost feels like a late 90s, early 2000s song. I really get that feeling on this song as well. And it just feels really well developed, really well put together, well executed throughout. And I enjoy Ariana's voice throughout this song. While just in general on the rest of the album and the other songs, the rest of them, like there's 15 songs. The intro song, it really isn't much of anything. It's a decent intro to an album, but it's not even that long. So it's literally what an intro would be. But the rest of the remaining 14 songs, and everything and all the songs I didn't talk about, including like the song about her fiance, Pete Davidson, and everything, which is another really short song. Like, it's an okay song. There's other songs that are okay, but I probably won't be coming back to anytime soon. But those songs I did really point out that I enjoyed, I probably will be coming back to more than a lot of the others. So, but like I said, I will probably be more focused on a lot of her singles and whether or not she releases any of these other songs as singles. And if I even hear any of these other songs that I even talked about, like on the radio. That's really all I have to say about the album itself. I definitely would give this album, only maybe like a 6 out of 10 rating. Like, it's an average album. It's definitely better than some of her other works and everything. I definitely feel like she's shown a lot more of her true colors throughout this album too, which is really cool and everything. Like, she really bellows out at times, and I like how just the album sounds in general, but at the same time it kind of like does jump around, like I said, from style a bit and everything, which throws it off a little bit, which is why I kind of gave it a 6, because it's not very like cohesive album in sound throughout, but I do like those songs that I talked about. That is everything I have to say. If you want to check out another video, album video, click the box below, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.